Hiya, girls, boys, and everybody in between. It's me, Just May, the first eliminated queen from RuPauls Drag Race UK Season 4. And I'm here with my brand new recap show, May I Just Say, where I'm going to be going over everything RuPauls Drag Race UK Season 4. Each week, I'm going to be joined by a special guest where we discuss everything from the things that we want to get fucked to the things that we just love. I'll be joined this week by my favourite sis. We've been together through thick and thin. I'm the thick, she's the thin. It's the one and only Jonbers Blonde.
Hiya!
Hi, Jonbers. How are you, babe?
I'm all right, love. How are you?
Oh, babe, I'm great. I'm just sitting here as a lovely lollipop lady, waiting for the children to go past so I can cross my road.
You need to stop right now. Think about what you're doing.
Thank you very much. Now, I wasn't there for episode 2, as I won't be for many other episodes, but I did leave my mark at the start of this episode with my lipstick message. It was going to be May, and you all had a lovely dedication to it. How was that when you walked back in the workroom and you saw that lipstick message there for the first time?
I bawled my eyes out and they didn't show it. Like, I think they're probably not going to show it because I didn't realize how emotional I was on the show. And I cry a lot. Not only is there now a Kim K cry meme of me, but like whenever I walked in and seen your message, I was just like, obviously we've known each other a really long time. So to see your messenger, I literally broke down. They were asking me questions and getting me to talk, and I literally couldn't get the words out just because it's such a stressful situation, you know what I mean, already. So your emotions are on height. It was a very emotional day.
This week's episode was the girl band challenge. It came very early. Was that a surprise to everyone?
I think it was a surprise. It was definitely a surprise to me, just because there's so many of us. And, you know, I think they wanted to, they obviously want the element of surprise, but I feel like it's one of those challenges that you have to tell in your lyrics who you are. And because there's so many people in your group, you get a very small amount of time to do that. There's a lot going on for viewers to watch. Whatever challenge you get, you just have to throw yourself into it.
Absolutely. And you know what? I think that it really worked for the benefit of the team that had one more person, because that one extra person really kind of gave it the symmetry. Even though there were so many, it made it work easier on the stage rather than the 5.
Yeah. I mean, I love an odd number, you know, as an odd being myself, I do love an odd number.
All good girl bands have 5 members.
Well, exactly. And like, for me, as somebody that, you know, that did work on the choreography, although they did not show that, I was about a dice formation, and everyone was like, a dice formation? I'm like, yeah, like a 5 in a dice.
Yeah, it makes so much sense. But we've jumped ahead anyway, so let's go back. The teams were decided by Black Pepper and Dakota. They chose who they wanted on their teams. Were you happy with your original team choosing?
I was really happy. I mean, like, I've worked with Baby before, I've worked with Peppa before. They're incredible performers. Obviously, like, you know, in first look, you go, that's the comedy one, that's the like fierce dancer one. And I could have fit into either one. But you know, the team you're given, you know, you want to work the best you can with everyone. You know, your end goal is to win the badge. So that was the card that I was dealt, and I was like, I really like everybody here. Let's get to it.
Absolutely. Do you think there was anyone in either of the bands that wasn't happy with where they were?
I don't think so, actually. No, I think everyone was really happy about where they were. They both fit well, you know. I think that everyone was placed well.
It was very much the fashion girls, and the performer girls. Not to say that the fashion girls weren't performer girls, but it was a group where everyone's strengths were either one thing or the other, and like there was mix between it.
As a cast, we all got on very well anyway. So
I wouldn't know. I hate them all.
Like, that's just your attitude of life, darling. I feel like, you know, everyone. I feel like the groups were well. It's just for me, it's like, you know, when we do rehearsals and stuff, you get a lot more time. Time does exist, but it's a very small little amount of time.
Very small. I mean, you're not one to know about time. You tried to fit in a lot of words into your song. You also struggled with getting those words into the song anyway. So if you had to go back, what line would you have taken out?
Definitely not the just like potatoes, I'll give variety. That's the peak. I feel like that's the rose, not the thorn. I feel like I probably would have got rid of the. I mean, I can't even remember it now. The here to shake up society. Like, I'm not shaking anybody's society. You know.
So, how did you feel watching the other team when you're in the workroom?
We knew that we didn't do very well. Like, I knew that I messed up my lines. Obviously, we can't see. You can't see. I was focusing in my head, as Rue said. Like, you could see the cogs, not the clogs, the cogs turning in my head, and the clogs were working.
The fashion team, they were always thinking about the footwear.
I was thinking about the footwear, not espadrilles, clogs. And I definitely was thinking in my head, just because it's our first main challenge on the runway in front of Rue and the judges. So obviously in my head, I'm just like, you know, making sure that I go, but obviously it really did show my face. My face is the window into my soul. And it just revealed a bit too much.
Yeah, and I feel like you were really sabotaged by that clip. Your hair clip.
Oh, my hair clip, yeah. Whenever I came back, Dakota was like, I didn't watch you. I just watched that hair clip. Like,
that hair clip had it in for you from the moment you went out on that stage.
And it was like, that's human hair. You would think that like a clip would stick in human hair. Apparently, bloody not.
Don't buy your clips from Claire's Accessories, people.
I want a full refund.
Who was your favourite from the other team? Who had your favourite verse from the other team?
I really loved Pixie's line. I thought that was very fun, playful. You know, anybody that uses their thighs to get their own way is somebody in my own heart. I
mean, as they say, thick thighs do make the dick fry.
Ah, yes!
We moved on to the runway after that. The runway this week was Neon Nights.
Yeah.
We had some very creative, very out there neon looks. I clearly was not one of them. I went for a very traditional blue collar neon look. Something that you can take to your day job.
No, are you crossing children at night or crossing children at daytime?
Well, do you know what? This is the joy of this outfit. I feel like it's very versatile. You can, wear it to your job and then just sling it on with a pair of hot pants and you can go about your daily night. Let's talk about your Neon Nights look. Where was your inspiration for this?
My inspiration for it was I wanted to pay homage. I loved art as a kid, and it was sort of an escapism for me. Like growing up in the middle of nowhere,
potatoes.
I could what
with the potatoes.
With the potatoes in the land of potatoes, and potato painting, actually, using potatoes as the actual paintbrush. I just loved that, and I always found a really special place from primary school and in high school. Like I always had a really close affinity to my art teacher. Like I felt like they always understood the queer kids, you know what I mean? I think they sort of gravitated towards them and just sort of nourished them. Well, not like they didn't breastfeed me or anything. So I really wanted to pay homage to my high school and primary school art teachers who let me dare to dream and be wild with the paintbrush. So I really wanted to do that, and I wanted to give it obviously a fashion twist. And I am one of the only queens that actually wear designer.
So we moved on to the runway. We've discussed your look, but Who else's look stood out for you on that runway?
I mean, I love a good shroom. You know, I love a good shroom. I love Cheddar Gorgeous, and their magical mushroom. That was sensational. I love Danny's. Danny's was amazing. I was just like, whenever I seen Danny, I was like, oh god, that's incredible. And Danny has this Danny does this turn that I love on the runway. That because whenever you're watching from behind, you can obviously see, you just see them walk out and that's it. But Danny has this turn on their heel that I was just like, I love that. It's such a, it's what I remember really. I mean, yeah, obviously there's many things to remember about Danny, but that specific little one thing, it's just that turn in the heel, I loved.
I know that term very well. I was behind Danny on that first week, and I remember standing there watching them going, oh shit, they're good at this. You love Danny's outfit. I'm going to say that I think my favourite outfit might have been Starlet.
I mean, it's a good outfit. It the proportions, everything was incredible. The only thing that did annoy me was the little tip, it kept on flipping up, and that was not I mean, that's a very small fault, and it's not really a fault. It's it's just one of those things. But that's what I kept on looking at. But that's just my stylist eye. That was just my stylist.
I just loved the fact that she was the Pokemon that Dakota came to catch.
Very true. Listen, you got to catch them all.
You've got to catch them all, and we've been trying for years. You got your critiques. Did you expect to be the losing team?
Yes. Very straight in there. Yes, strong and solid answer. No flip-flopping around there.
At least that was a consensus for your team.
Oh yeah, there was one consensus, and that was that we were not the winning team.
But as Starlet did say, the look is 50%.
I mean that that has become a running phrase in the family now. But whenever she said it in the workroom, we were like, because they didn't show that she said that Ru said it. She was like, Ru said that drag is 50% of the mark, and we were all like, no, she definitely didn't say that.
She did it. We have it here first, people, from the horse's mouth. RuPaul did not say the look is 50%. So all you fashion girls, make sure that you're not relying on that body. We had our bottom three, which was you, Sminty, and Starlet. Were you shocked?
No, I knew that I was going to be in the bottom. I feel like my outfit was one of the strongest.
So out of the three of you, you, Sminty, and Starlet, did you expect to be in the bottom?
Yes, I knew what was coming. I mean, I even said it in Untucked. I was like, I'm in the bottom, because on the runway, they were. I was going to say kinder, but my critiques were a little not harsher, but Sminty and I got the same, and I just thought, I was like, I'd say they're definitely between me and Sminty, and I was like, I think at the end of the day, it's going to be me, because my makeup skills were not the best, and I was the rougher end of the stick, basically.
I think you actually looked fine. So after the critiques and after Untucked, we had our two bottoms, which were unfortunately you and Starlet. You were lip syncing to About You Now by the Sugar Babes. Was it an iconic lip sync for you?
I don't think it was an iconic lip sync. I don't think, I think I've done the best that I could. I was super nervous, and I obviously wanted to stay. Afterwards, somebody had said to me, they were like, oh, you were really begging to stay. And I'm like, yeah, it's called a lip sync for your life. I begged to stay. I wanted to stay, I was not for going home. I was too early in the game for me. I had so much more to show. I do like that song, but it would not be in my repertoire.
So after the lip sync, we had our dear darling Starlet departing, getting told to sashay away. Her dreams had been fulfilled and she was off to find a new one. How was the atmosphere in the room as Starlet left to find her new dream?
I mean, I was very somber. Like, I was so elated that I stayed. I was very surprised also because I genuinely didn't know either way what way it was going to go. I kind of thought that because Charlotte had done so well in week one, I thought there is definitely a chance here that it's my time. And standing there waiting for the Shantae. Oh my goodness, my heart was in my hole.
And they make you wait. It is a lot.
Oh, they make you wait. They make you wait. Because you have to put all your outfit. I threw half my outfit on the floor, so you've got to put all your outfit and everything back on. And that's what made me think. I was like, oh. And I was like, oh, they're making me do my full outfit so that they can send me home. Do you know what I mean? So because otherwise I'm like squatting and scooping a drag race.
Collecting everything that you've left behind so that no remnants of Jonbers Blonde is left.
Melting in puddle, like a melted crayon.
Like a melted crayon. Oh, the orange crayon was always my favourite.
What's that? Well, I'm here.
So glad to meet you, babe. So we had Starlet leave. She sashayed away. But what would you say was your top slay, your just slay of today's episode?
I think the just slay of today's episode is just like potatoes, I'll give variety. I'm sorry, that's a good line. I'm sticking to it. It's, heritage.
It's a great line because, what would your favourite potato be if you had to not choose chips? Because, that's everyone's go-to.
Oh my God, what a question. I am lactose intolerant, but I do love a dauphinoise.
Before we leave, we need to know what your get fucked moment of the episode would be. I think we all know what it would be, but tell us, Jonbers.
What do you think it would be? I want to hear what you said first.
I think it's going to be your lip sync. You do want to be in the box?
The song. Yeah, the lip sync song, Get Fucked.
Or if you had to choose a Sugar Babe song that you would have lip synced to, what would it have been?
Ooh, I love Run for Cover.
Oh, a great one. But I think the best lip sync song, Sugar Babes wise, would have maybe been Round Round.
Round Round is a very good one. Yeah, I do love anything basically from Angels with Dirty Faces or One Touch.
Yeah, the iconic eras. Now, Jonbers Blonde, we are moving on to episode 3 next week. What things can we expect from you without telling us too much? We know it's a sewing challenge.
It's a sewing challenge. I think that's probably the last thing that I'm allowed to say.
Jonbers Blonde, thank you so much for being my first guest on May I Just Say. Is there anything you want to plug or promote other than your hole right now?
I'm a DJ. You can book me. And book me on Cameo. Just book me. Somebody just book me.
And where can they find you? Tell us your socials, Jonbers.
On Instagram, I'm Call Me Jonbers. On Twitter, I'm Jonbers. And on TikTok, I'm Jonbers Blonde. And if you want to call me, you just go to any local phone box on Soho and you'll find one of those little cards somewhere probably.
Like potatoes, her social media has variety.
Exactly. Thank you.
We'll see you for episode 3 coming next week. Thank you, Jonbers.
Thanks, Angel. Ciao, Just May.
Bye, darling.
Goodbye, Just May.
We're going to leave it there because we don't have the copyright for that song.